My name is Miranda Martinez, and I am the Senior Program and Experience Manager for the Rockwall Area Chamber of Commerce. And this is a virtual networking opportunity, but we wanted to have a little bit more purpose with it. So I have asked Jennifer Fogg, our new county clerk, to join us and introduce herself, tell us a little bit about her background, and kind of explain what her role and position is within our county. Thank you, Jennifer, for being here. I'll pass it over to you.
Well, thank you for having me. This is a complete pleasure for me. I'm Jennifer Fogg, and I'm your Rockwall County Clerk. A little bit of history about me. I was born and raised in San Antonio, and I'm very proud of that. Chad and I moved to Rockwall County in November of 2002, and we chose to move here for the school district. We chose to start a family, and of course, the lake also drew us here, so there's no denying that. Chad and I are proud parents to a 16 and a half going on 21-year-old son. He is a junior at Rockwall High School, and it's a pure blessing. My hobbies include landscaping and traveling. I love to travel. So if I'm not in my front yard, I'm trying to book a trip. However, now that I'm in this role, I won't be traveling as often, obviously. My motivation is here in this office, and I'm a little bit of a workaholic. I think that a lot of people that know me really well know I can work a little too much. So, but no fault in that. So I am involved in the community, have been involved for a number of years in the Rockwall County Republican Women's Club, GOP Events Committee as a secretary. Chad and I just joined the Hispanic Club. I'm the secretary for our HOA. We're members of Lake Point Church. And of course, I'm a member of the chamber, so Rockwall and Roy City, which is very exciting. So I just want y'all to know that my mom told me she was really proud of me for joining the chamber and using one of my first paychecks to do that. So, I'm honored to have been appointed by the Commissioner's Court to serve the citizens of this county and of this community. With about 11 and a half years of experience in this office, I have a great track record for exceeding goals that I set for myself, as well as the prior county clerk had set for me. And I do have a firm commitment to the citizens as well as the employees, in this office. And my leadership style comes naturally for me. And while leading, I lead by example, and that's what I expect my staff to do as well. In our office, what we do is we handle a lot of criminal cases. The criminal cases are misdemeanors, most of them, and we do have a few appeals from the lower courts. We also handle Fifth Court of Appeals with the Fifth Circuit in Dallas, and I've become very friendly with that part of the job. So I'm looking forward to training my new chief once I select that person for the position and getting that off of my desk. So we do handle vitals. We pretty much handle everything between life and death, except for felony cases and child support and a couple of other things like big civil cases. So, we handle military discharge paperwork, like DD-214s. We record those, and they do not cost anything to record or to provide to the customer. So that's something, it's very nice to give back to our veteran community. We process TABC applications. So I know that we have processed quite a few, and business filings, cattle brands. And so if somebody brands their livestock, then that gets recorded here so that whenever the livestock gets out, then the sheriff's department or police department or whichever agency finds that animal out, they can track down the owner. So we also, of course, process birth certificates, death certificates. Let's see, mental health cases for mental health commitments, guardianship cases for when somebody is incapacitated or unable to care for themselves. We process probate cases. So when somebody passes away, then the paperwork would be filed here in this office, and they would go before Judge Williams in his court at County Court at Law Number 1. And then let's see, I'm also a member of the Bail Bond Board. That is interesting, trying to see what's going on out there as far as how many bonds, how much money somebody has put up, as far as the agencies and the bail bond agencies. And one thing that I'll share here that I'm dedicated to working on and getting put in this office is property fraud alert. I think that property fraud alert is huge. And I'm committed to bringing that on. As a matter of fact, I have a meeting on Monday with a company about property fraud alert and getting the ball rolling there for our citizens. So I think that's, and of course, it's not going to be a charge that's passed on to the citizen. That is something that the Rockwall County Clerk's office would pay for. So I'm excited. That's like huge.
So what exactly is that? Can you explain what that is?
Yes. So basically what happens is it's a free service to the citizen of Rockwall. And what happens is you sign up to receive a text or an email if there is notification needed for a possibility of somebody filing something on your property that you own that should not have been filed. And they're trying to, one, take the property from you, deed it over to themselves by stealing it from you, and committing fraud by doing so. So yeah, and it's really important. It happens, there's so many times that something is filed on somebody's residence and they're unaware of it unless, maybe they've been told that something has been filed on them. So it's really important to protect your investment. So that's what that's about. Yeah, it's interesting.
What did you do before you came into this role, Jennifer? I think what did you join, or you got this position in December, I think. So what was your background before that?
Okay, so prior to December, so the last 11 years prior to that, I was the chief deputy since June of 2014. Okay, and that chief deputy position is basically a manager. Okay, so I managed the office during that time and love it. It's definitely my niche. And prior to that, I was a senior clerk in the misdemeanor department, and was very fascinated with the law and justice side of things. And prior to that, let's see, I was a deputy clerk, and so I transitioned very quickly up the line, if you will, from deputy clerk in September of 2009, and just steadily moved up, from there in my position. So, yeah, it's exciting.
So you've pretty much worked in that office for the past 11 years, is that right?
11 and a half years.
Wow.
I know. I love it. It's so interesting because we have so many different dynamics in this office. You have the property department with the real estate records. You have, it's the laws, becoming familiar with all the different areas in the office and trying to maintain, complete compliance throughout the entire office. And it's a lot to learn. And I'm grateful that I've had the opportunity to learn the entire office during that time. This coming into the county clerk position without the background would have been very difficult. So yeah, so I'm blessed. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Very interesting. Um, well, I've gotten to know you a little bit over the past couple months. I think you're a great person, and obviously the perfect person for this job since you've been there for 11 years and you have so much passion for it. So, congratulations.
Yeah.
And we are very lucky to have you also as a chamber member and involved in, a lot that the chamber has going on. I know that you've already attended a couple of our events, and we look forward to still having you around and participating, especially in our women's group. So thank you so much for sharing a little bit about you.